da 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 na 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 da 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 na 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 da 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 na na na. Y'all know that tune? I know I'm not the best of like singers. I know I don't have the best voice, but y'all should know that tune. It's Wheel of Fortune. And guess what? Your girl is a contestant on Wheel of Fortune. Woo! I am so excited. That is the news that I wanted to share with you guys about a week or so ago when I made that update video on what was happening with my husband and I. We had just come back from a trip and we were in the process of moving as well. Well, we're actually still in the process of moving. We got boxes everywhere, but anyway. And I shared in that video that when I was able to, I was going to let you guys know, some exciting news. And this is it. The reason why he and I went out of town was so that I could tape my episode. So it comes out on May 18th. And I would love it if you guys would support your girl, cheer her on, and watch the show. Now, I wanted to also share with you guys like the process in me getting there, right? So about 2 years ago, a friend of mine suggested that I apply on the show, right? She was like, girl, you should do it. You should do it. And I was like, I don't know. She was like, girl, just do it. So I went on their website, which I will leave that information like somewhere here. Okay. So it'll be somewhere there. So if you're interested in applying, you can go there and fill out the application and, kind of go from there. So I went on there, I filled out the application and, submitted whatever it was I needed to submit. And then I waited. So like a couple of months later, maybe 3 months, I don't really know. I got an email about auditions. So I went through the audition process and then nothing, like crickets. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I didn't make it. So then the following year, I went through the process again. And I went through the auditions and once again, crickets, like nothing. And I'm not going to lie, I was really disappointed because I don't know. I thought I did well, and I thought, I would be a good contestant on the show. I got lively, I got a lot of personality. Plus I'm very familiar with the show. I grew up watching it, huge fan, and I'm pretty good with solving puzzles and things like that. Right. So I don't know. I was really disappointed, but I was like, you know what? Maybe it just wasn't meant to be. And that's just that. So I moved on with life. You know what I mean? I just moved on with life. And then like a month ago, a little bit over a month ago, I get an email. Let me tell you how that happened. I was taking a nap, or I was about to take a nap, right before I had to get ready to tutor, right? Because your girl was tired. And my notification bell went off on my phone. So I grabbed my phone to not only see like what the notification was, but I also grabbed it to like turn the ringer off, right? And I saw like part of the email. You know how when you get like a notification that you have an email, it'll show you like a preview of the email. So I saw the preview and it was from Wheel of Fortune. And all I saw was, congratulations, you have been selected to be a contestant. Child hopped out that bed so fast. Nap who? Who was tired? Not me. Okay, I was immediately energized. Okay, immediately refreshed. All right. I opened up the email and read the rest of the message and I was so excited. Oh my gosh, I was so excited. Called my husband. And, then from there, we just started making arrangements to, fly to LA so that, we could be there for the taping and all that stuff. And just, I don't know, just being there, being on that stage, where the wheel is and seeing Vanna and seeing Ryan. It was just, I don't know. It was surreal, I don't know. And what the Lord told me, like when I came back and, everything had settled, everything is done or whatever, the Lord said to me, just because something is delayed, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily denied. Just because something is delayed, it doesn't necessarily mean it's been denied. Sometimes it's just not the right time. And I guess, when I had applied 2 years ago, I didn't get a call back because it just wasn't time. Last year when I went through the process again, perhaps I didn't, receive a call back then because it just wasn't time. This was the time. And so I would say to anyone out there who is waiting, you're still waiting for the fulfillment of a promise. You're still waiting for your breakthrough. You're still waiting for certain things to happen. Don't lose faith. Don't lose hope. Just be in a position where you're prepared, right? Because when it happens, it's going to happen really fast. Like, even though it took like 2 years to get to this point, when I got that email saying that, hey, you're going to be a contestant, everything else from there was like this. I mean, it was like this. Quick, 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 So I would say just remain in a posture and a position of readiness. Okay. If you stay ready, you won't have to get ready. Right. So that's it. That's all I wanted to share. Make sure you tune in on May 18th to watch your girl spin the big wheel and try to win some money. All right, good peoples. I will see you next video.